Bill Blass. You see a cigarette. There's a lot of pictures with Bill and his cigarette. He did die of lung cancer at age 79. So eventually the cigarettes caught up with him. Bill was born and raised on South Calhoun, 3618 South Calhoun. It's right across the street from Southside High School. So if you go find Bill's house at 3618, we put a nice plaque there that's an educational plaque about his life. The woman that owns the home and her son allowed us to do that. That's Bill standing in front of the house on South Calhoun. He had a sister, that was his only sibling, and he led a life of adversity. We're doing quite a bit of work over at Southside with this project, and I like to tell this story to the kids at Southside High School. I'm not a teenager, I don't know what it feels like to be a teenager, but when we talk about Bill's life to the kids at Southside High School and the teachers that are trying to teach him, it rings true because a lot of those kids find that they relate to it. Bill's father took his life through suicide when he was 5, and Bill witnessed that in the home on South Calhoun. And his grandfather also took his life through suicide. I found out from Tom Fallon, one of his friends, that those weren't the only 2 people that Bill lost through suicide. So, here's a man who grew up without a father during the Depression in a very poor home. His mother was a dressmaker. In the house on South Calhoun, she sewed dresses. And so Bill sketched. He was an avid sketcher, loved to draw. We found a lot. These are some of his early drawings when he lived here in Fort Wayne. One of the things I think is one of the neatest things about him from his life in Fort Wayne is that he found a way to sketch dresses and sell them to a dress manufacturer in New York during the Depression. I mean, during the Depression, my father was setting up bowling pins for a penny a piece, thinking he was saving his family. Bill Blass was sketching dresses, selling them to Calmore in New York for $25 a piece. I mean, today that roughly, one of the teachers at Southside tells me it's about $509.25 today. But really, I mean, who during the was sketching in high school and becoming an entrepreneur by selling those sketches to a dress manufacturer in New York? Another one of his pictures that we found from his early life. He took the trolley out north from South Calhoun, out north. He writes about this in his autobiography, Bear Blass. He took the trolley and he went to see Carole Lombard films. He was very interested in Carole Lombard, who was also a native. But he was inspired by the dresses and the designs and the glamour and the chic stuff that he saw in the movies when he went to the movies as a child here in Fort Wayne. And I think that inspired his artistic endeavors. Here are a couple of the sketches. These are some of the ones we found early on. Bill graduated from Southside High School. He's a distinguished alumni. He's on the wall there at Southside. I saw his picture there last week. He moved to New York in 1940 after he graduated from Southside High School and began his dream of becoming a fashion designer in New York. He started out there with the Parsons School of Design, going to school, and then he joined the Army. He only did that for a couple of years before he volunteered and joined the Army during World War II.